Welcome to the 2012 Freedom of Expression Forum. Today we have Kathleen Carroll, Executive Director of the Associated Press and also Chair of the Pulitzer Board. Thank you for joining us. Really enjoyed your presentation earlier. Your today's lecture is It's None of Your Business, the challenges of getting public information to the public. And to start on that, can I ask a question on whether has the rise of the digital media made it more or less difficult to get nonpartisan information to the public?
I think it's made it easier to get information to the public because it's a distribution method that doesn't require paper or ink or trucks or gasoline to get information. It doesn't require a television station or studios. And in the case of Mexico and several other countries that use the internet to draw questions in and distribute information about the government's activities, anybody who has access to an internet cafe or to the internet through their mobile has access to information they didn't have before. So I think it's made it much easier.
Oh, okay, thank you. This has to do with actually the Pulitzer Prize. At one point, Pulitzer's organizations were embroiled in a conflict with those of Hearst during the Spanish-American War, or right to the lead-up of it. In this, we saw the rise of yellow journalism, which we still somewhat see today. How did Pulitzer move away from this, and how have the organizations he founded changed their image? Any suggestions for today's media outlets?
Well, let me correct a couple of things about what you just said.
Okay.
The Pulitzer Prizes are not related to the fight between the two organizations.
No, I was just commenting on the name, not on the prize. So.
But they're not related. So I just wanted to be clear about that.
Okay.
And I'm not going to revisit the Spanish-American War.
No.
But the phrase "yellow journalism" can often mean sensational journalism. I think the craft in the United States and in many other countries in the world now really frowns on that level of exaggeration in hard news. Many countries and many news organizations have standards and practices now that would not allow that to happen.
Okay. Would you like to add? No.
Yeah. What do you say to the criticisms that the West is using human rights as an excuse to promote its own agenda? For example, attention is being given to Syria and Libya, yet there is not much criticism, condemnation, or even strong action against Saudi Arabia or Bahrain, which are close allies of the West. Many argue that this is just a reincarnation of the great game between. What's your opinion on this?
Well, again, I think there are a lot of assumptions about news coverage that are not factual in your question. Organizations like the Associated Press, also Reuters, Bloomberg, BBC, have correspondents in these areas and provide a lot of factual material about Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, Egypt, Syria. There's a lot of factual information to be had out there. People can have opinions. Those opinions need to be based on fact, and it's the role of journalism organizations to provide those facts. And I think if you're looking, it's very easy to find a lot of that factual information.
But would you not say that sort of the new digital media and sort of internet media has affected the organizations that you just named and made it more questionable about the facts that they're presenting?
I have no idea what your question is.
Like, you mean when, for example, Facebook, Twitter, and people questioning the BBC, which has happened quite a lot. So when you say that the BBC are presenting facts, how can we know that they're presenting all the facts?
Well, your question presumes that a professional journalist on the ground is going to be not factual, and a commentator who isn't on the ground has more information. I'm not sure how, I'm just not even sure how to respond to that. You clearly have an idea that commentators have greater